Hello, my name is Ernest Lamont from the Southland Journal, and we're here talking with Wallace Bradley a little bit about the issue that's happening with our publisher, Southland Journal publisher, Cornell Darden, and we're talking a little bit about his issue with the Robbins Mayor Bryant. The issue was that Cornell was looking to build a home in Robbins, and the developer that he was going to use had issues with the Robbins government because they hadn't either paid the full amount or had different issues in general with Robbins. And at first, they were barring that developer from building any home in Robbins until everything was settled. And so the mayor gave Cornell options of using another developer, but this is the developer that Cornell wanted to use. So we're talking to you, Mr. Walsh, a little bit about, can I get some of your take on that issue in general from what you're hearing?
One of the things is this. From what I'm hearing from the residents that's in Robbins, as well as those that were at the village meeting, there was nothing factually said what the developer did. You know what I mean? And I know that this is a new and young administration, okay? But I do know that Cornell was in full support of this young mayor being elected. You know what I mean? Okay. Cornell was talking about getting his home built in Robbins. He's a native son of Robbins, and he wanted to come back in to Robbins. He's a businessman within the Southland. Okay. It seems like the village of Robbins, in my opinion, has no right to deny Cornell's permit to build a home, if he got the land. You know what I'm saying? If everything is right and proper and in order. And if it's not, I don't see where it can be put in order. You follow me? Okay. And it's like, people were calling me and saying, hey, they have heard nothing where the village has taken any official action against the developer. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure that Cornell, if it was an issue with the developer, he wouldn't have did no business with the developer because he's a businessman. You follow what I'm saying? Okay. And who knows? From what I'm seeing about the development piece, I'm not a developer, but I do know from what I'm reading when people are saying, hey, if you own this land and you want to build a home, they find all kind of ways in order to help you to get the funds to build the home. You know what I mean? The developer is going to help an individual that's allowing him to do his job. And both of them are African-American men. And the mayor is African-American, a young African-American man. And Robbins need all the development that they can get, especially when it comes to housing, okay? And it's almost now all of a sudden, now that he has became the mayor, he got, in my opinion, new people in his ear, trying to convince him because the people that's in his ear, they may have more of a problem with Cornell because of the things that he's doing with the Southland Journal, the things that he's able to do with the Southland Chamber Commerce and Industry. You follow what I'm saying? Okay. He's helping a lot of young African-American entrepreneurs, you know what I mean? Okay. And he's stretching across the Southland. You follow what I'm saying? So sometimes you have haters, okay? Just like what me and Cornell did on behalf of the clerk in Calumet City. All we was doing is what black men would do. Hey man, it's wrong for a black man to abuse or bully a black woman, especially if she's an elected official. Okay, so people who may be the new mass media person may have had a bone to pick with Cornell and saw this as an opportunity to pick a bone. You know what I mean? But the one thing that got me is when I heard that his son, his 14-year-old son, I can't think of his name offhand, had made a public statement asking the mayor, why wouldn't he allow, to the effect, I'm paraphrasing, why wouldn't he allow his father to build a home for their family? You know what I mean? That's a hell of a statement. You know what I mean? It's not no crack house. You feel what I'm saying? A man's responsibility when he become a parent to a child or a husband to a wife is to make sure they got shelter. One of the most important things, okay, outside of protecting them. You know what I mean? So I heard where the mayor put out a press release saying that he shouldn't be allowed to come back into the meetings. You know what I mean? They try to say he threw an object or a projectile at someone. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I know the source of the media person and how he reacts. Like they try to make it seem like me coming to help the clerk. They try to give the impression that here come Gator, former gang leader, to do this. Come on, please. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I'm shocked at what's happening, but I do know what's happening behind closed doors, and I think the mayor maybe is being used because somebody else may have a bone to pick with Cornell.
One last question I'll ask you is, what are you hoping happens at the end? How are you hoping that these two men can resolve this?
You know, first of all, I think I know the mayor, okay, from what little bit I've known since I met him. He's a young man, okay? He's not fully abreast of what is happening. I don't think he really means to stop Cornell from providing shelter for his family. I think those two men need to sit down and talk things out, okay? And have the developer there, okay? If there's something that he's done wrong, I'm sure it's something that can be straightened out. It ain't criminal because no one said anything. Hey, that's a bad guy. That's a jackleg developer. You know what I mean? He builds something, the foundation is off or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Show where the developer is wrong. If the developer ain't did nothing wrong, then they need to come together for the betterment of Robbins, for the betterment of people from Robbins. Who knows? Dwayne Wade might want to come in there and do something. You follow what I'm saying? Okay. He might want to choose this young black developer. Okay. What you gonna say? Hey, Dwayne, I don't care what you do. No, man, you can't do nothing with him. For what? We got to stop, in my opinion, complaining and deal with more constructive criticism and sit down and talk. I'm sure everything can be right.
Well, thank you very much for taking some time today to talk about this issue.
Yeah, because my move is this. You got to stop it because it's other nefarious individuals that's trying to create something out of nothing. Because the mayor would look real bad stopping a man from providing shelter for his family.